What is a join? Joining is what happens when you combine tables together to get a combination of information. For example, in the previous chapters, we spent the time to properly represent a book with multiple authors and an author with multiple books. That required putting the data into our book table, the author table, and the book author table. This let us properly represent that many-to-many relationship. Now, if we want to answer the question, what is the title of every book and its author? We need to fashion a join. Before we do that, let's imagine our tables containing the following rows. In the book table, we have an ID column and a title column. We have ID 1 matching to Dune and ID 2 matching to Dune Messiah. In the author table, we have an ID column and a name column with a value of ID 6 and name Frank Herbert. And finally, we have a book author table that contains an ID column, a book foreign key, and an author foreign key. In this case, we have an ID of 1 with a book foreign key of 1 and an author foreign key of 6. We have another row with an ID of 2 and a book foreign key of 2 and an author foreign key of 6. The way to bring all this data back together is to write a select statement with a join like this. Select book.title, author.name from book, join book author on book.id equal bookauthor.bookfk. Join author on bookauthor.authorfk equals author.id. The select statement's book.title, author.name clause is called the projection. These are the columns of data we're interested in fetching. You should note that it includes a column from the book table as well as a column from the author table. Specifically, we want the book's title and the author's name. The first table where we can find some of this information is in the book table. To reach it, we use the from clause. But we don't stop there. While it's true that the author's name is found in the author table, we can't go directly from book to author. Because of our many-to-many relationship, we must first go through the book author table. That means our next step is to join the book table with the book author table. The point where these two tables match is the book table's ID column and the book author table's book FK column. This is accomplished with join book author on book.id equal bookauthor.bookfk. The join clause specifies what tables we are joining into, and the on clause specifies the criteria applied. Now that we've joined the book author table, we're able to reach the author table with one more join. To do that, we add join author on bookauthor.authorfk equal author.id. This works just like the previous join, connecting the author table with the criteria that matches the book author table's author foreign key column with the author table's ID column. The result is a book.title column and an author.name column in the output. And in this case, we see a row with Dune Frank Herbert and Dune Messiah Frank Herbert. The two joins we just wrote are called inner joins. That means they're only applied if both sides of the on clause's criteria exist and match. Another way to phrase it is that both sides of the join are required. There are other join types. The most common is an outer join. An outer join means something's optional. Well, how about an example? What if you inserted a row into the book table but didn't know who its author was? It might look like this. With the ID and title columns in the book table, we could have ID value of 4 with the title, The Epic of Gilgamesh. The Epic of Gilgamesh was written over 3,000 years ago and its author is unknown. Doesn't mean we can't have it in our library. Because there's no associated author, there's nothing to insert into the author table. That also means nothing in the book author table. If we ran the query we just pieced together earlier, this new book would not show up. When we write from book join book author on book.id equals bookauthor.bookfk, we're saying we only want values that match on both sides, hence nothing in the results for this one. Since we just identified that author should be optional, we must rewrite our query. Select book.title, author.author from book, left outer join book author on book.id equal bookauthor.book_fk. Left outer join author on bookauthor.authorfk equal author.id. Notice how each join has turned into a left outer join? That carries some key aspects. Left includes all rows on the left-hand side of the join. The left side of the join is the first table mentioned, book in this case. Outer means that the rest is optional. In other words, grab all the rows on the left-hand side. If you can find a matching row on the right-hand side, include its content. But if there's nothing, simply return null. Running this new query, we can expect to see the following results. The tabular output should have two columns, book.title and author.name. And in this case, we should see Dune, Frank Herbert, Dune Messiah, Frank Herbert, The Epic of Gilgamesh, null. Now warning, because we're actually joining through two tables to get from book to author, both joins must be left outer. If we use an inner join on either, the row will get dropped. Now, we discussed left or outer joins quite a bit. Does that suggest there's a right outer join?